Hi, this is going to be a recipe for quarantine biscuits. Very simple recipe, and for this you need some self-raising flour, which is 240 grams, caster sugar 150 grams, and butter or margarine 120 grams, and maybe, if you like it, some nice vanilla or cocoa powder. You will also need a mixer of some sort, or a good spatula, and a weighing scales like this one or this one, and a trusty wooden spoon to help you mix everything, and a tray which is buttered with the baking paper on the top so your biscuits don't stick. You will also need a recipe which I've included online. I've got a written version of the one with the weights and measures, so this one gives all the measurements. Or if your kids are a bit younger, you can use the tablespoon biscuit recipe, which is so easy and it's got all the pictures on. So first, weigh out your butter and sugar because you're going to mix it together in here. You can either use a trusty big tablespoon, or if you're weighing stuff out, it is 150 grams of sugar. So I'm going to zero my scale there. To wait till it's zeroed and it's on grams. If you're using one of these ones, you put this on top and make sure it's zeroed there. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to pour out 150 sugar. And then I'm going to need 120 butter, and you can give a rough idea that it's going to be slightly less than half a cube. Maybe just guess. And I've only got one hand, but you'll have two. So what's that? That's 110. So I just need, because it should be 270 altogether. This is good for kids if they're doing maths. Now, see, that's a bit over, so you can ask the kid to take it off and make sure they get it up to 270. Put that back on. Well, that's really close, isn't it now? And if they're wanting to be really accurate, they can take it off. Take off 2 grams. Little tiny piece, put it back on. Oh, still the same weight, look. There you go, 270. Right, these now need to be combined together to form like a paste, and then the flour is added a little bit later. As you can see, I've cut the butter up a bit smaller to help it mix, and I'm just going to put it in the mixer now. So my one, you have to click it in like that, turn it on. Kids love doing this kind of thing, so get them to do it if they're a bit funny about mixing things with their fingers, or they're a little bit shy, or they haven't maybe got the strength. So just get them to turn it on nice and slow to begin with. I've got 2 boys, so they often love to use gadgets in the kitchen. Don't worry, at the beginning it goes all clumpy, and as you start mixing, it starts combining together. Keep that going until it's nice and smooth looking with no lumps and bumps. At the moment it's really lumpy. You can turn it up a little bit. It's going to take me a few minutes, so I'll show you it once it's finished. Okay, so I've mixed it up a bit more, but it's still not quite done, and it's all stuck around the mixer. So I've got my trusty wooden spoon, and you basically have to give the mixture a really good push down to push all of the sugar into the butter. And a bit of a cheat, if your butter's a little bit hard and it won't do it, is just stick it in the microwave for 10 seconds and then combine it with the sugar, and it's a lot easier. Okay, so that's pretty much done. It's a slightly different colour, it goes a slightly lighter colour. And then what you've got to do in a minute is you've got to add the flour. Okay, I'm going to weigh out the flour, which is 240 grams. If you find you haven't got enough, you can use more than one type of flour. If you haven't got enough self-raising, I don't know if I've got enough in here. I'll probably get a bit more. Oh, I might have just be able to get enough in here. Oh, very close. These scales are like a bit too over accurate. So if you don't have scales and you're using your tablespoons, it won't be exact. Okay, and then you add that to the mixture. At this point, kids, don't be scared to get your hands a little bit dirty, a little bit. I feel a little bit funny with the dough, but it's really good fun. You'll see me doing it in a minute. Okay, once you put the flour in, you have to use your hand to squeeze the mixture together. Feel a bit squidgy in your hands. And what you're aiming to do is you're aiming to get every single bit of mixture from this bowl into one big clump. And if you do that, you'll make a really good dough. So keep going, use the warmth in your hand to do it. If you want to make a couple of balls, you can do that, or one big one. And at this point, parents, you might want to add a little tiny bit of milk just to help kids if they're getting a bit frustrated with the fact that it won't go together. But just keep on going, and I'll show you what will happen in a minute. See, already it's coming together. Squeeze it between your hands. 2 or 3 people can do this, and then you can combine it together. Okay, with a bit of work, and I did put some milk in, the dough will start to come together like this. And if like me, you put a bit too much milk in, it'll be a bit soggy, or it could be a little bit dry. And what you now want to do is you want to give it a good squeeze around with your fingers till you're happy with it. That's made a lot of dough, and it will make quite a few nice big biscuits, which you can eat, or you can freeze, or do both. Now this will need to go in some cling film or a bag and go in the fridge for 30 minutes now, and when you come back you'll be able to roll it out. Okay, so the dough has been in the fridge for quite a long time. It looks like this now. I've just cut it in half. It's quite smooth, and what you want to do is get it into a nice circle. So Nathan, if you get it into a nice circle with your hands, so use both your hands, that's it. And then squish it down a bit. And if you've got a rolling pin, now's the time to use it. Take the other half out of the way. Use your rolling pin. That's it. Twist it round. Well done. That's good. Make sure you have plenty of flour on the rolling pin itself, Nathan. That's it. And make sure that your dough is not so thin that it sticks, so you need to turn it around now, otherwise it's going to stick. And you need to make sure there's flour underneath here, so pull it over there, get a bit more flour on there, that's it. Right, and in a second you'll be ready to start cutting out. Alternatively, you can just roll small bits of the dough into a circle and put them onto the tray, which is over there. Right, Nathan, if you want to start cutting out, the dough's quite nice and thick. You can get a pound coin and use that to measure. So it's at least the thickness of a pound coin, one of the new ones. And then you use your cutter and just push it out. Look, that looks really good. If I just show that bit on there, look. That looks really good there, look. But you can do it by hand if you haven't got any cutters. So just keep going till you got them all done. You can pretty much use anything to cut out or cut round, as I say, if you don't have that sort of thing. And keep going until you're finished.
Cutters. What you do, take the dough, roll it into a ball, get your hand, push it down, and you have a biscuit.
Stick it on the tray.
And then you stick it on the tray, but I don't have any
I'd
room.
probably put it on this tray because I think...
Yeah.
And this tray we've run out of the baking paper, so we've put margarine and flour on there just to
Okay.
stop it sticking. Can you do another one? So just cut a bit off. You can cut it into equal bits, or you can just cut as you go, like Nathan. But I think there's going to be some big biscuits made out of these. These will rise quite a bit, and they'll be quite big biscuits. If you make really small ones, they'll be a bit crunchy and a bit brittle, and they might not rise as well. I think those ones are going to be absolutely huge, like big cookies.
Yeah. This one's going to be a little bit of a small one, but never mind.
Okay, so what you need to do is just carry on doing that until the tray is nice and full, and make sure you turn your oven on.
Yeah.
So we've finished cutting these out. Some of them are rolled, some of them are cut with cutters. It all depends on what you want to do. Put them in the oven at 180 for about 10 to 15 minutes. Don't forget to check on them, especially if they're starting to smell. They shouldn't smell burnt, and hopefully they'll be risen and nice and crispy. Okay, so I've taken the biscuits out of the oven. We've made 10 biscuits, 10 really big biscuits. Those were the ones we rolled. Those were the ones we used with the rolling pin, etc. And we used the cutters. But you can do them any way that you like, depending on how you like your biscuits. I've left some dough here for my youngest boy, Adam. He didn't get a chance to have a go today, so I might put that in the freezer for a few days' time when we run out of biscuits. I'm going to put chocolate spread and sprinkles on ours, but you can use icing sugar, peanut butter, jam, whatever you like, or just have them plain, as I've already put some vanilla in. Thanks ever so much for watching. More recipes soon. Bye.